What it do? What it be? It's your boy, A N T, repping the motherfucking game. Gang, you know we don't play none of that. And if you's a lame, then you just can't hang. I'm sorry. All of that. Y'all know what I'm on. Trying to play these finals. Trying to finish it up. Trying to get these brooms out against this uh, free throw merchant. Man, I was talking yesterday. It would be yesterday technically, but my last stream that I did, I was talking about Lil Durk getting caught up in murder for hire charges. Now I'm gonna get to that a little bit later. If you wanted to, hear some of my thoughts about that, you could listen to my last stream. Uh, Look, I feel like I haven't been old enough to vote for very long. I'm only 28. I've taken part in only a couple elections. And it just kind of seems like during election time, it seems like the problems that our country faces are kind of put on a microscope by people that represent us, that we pay to represent us. We pay our hard-earned tax dollars for their pensions and all that shit. And I mean, I've said this before, probably on stream, but there just seems to be a disconnect between the people and the people that are supposed to represent the people. And yeah, like, America ain't perfect. Like, I'm not here to preach all that we don't need anything to change in this country, because we do. This is, not a utopia in by any stretch of the imagination. And I've said multiple times that the two-party system is failed. It's failing. It has failed us, the people, and somehow every 4 years, motherfuckers just keep buying into it. But if this is what we got, and this is all we got to, these two candidates, and you don't want to vote for either one, that's okay. if I'm not mistaken, it was actually the great Malcolm X who proposed that if neither candidate or neither party of the political spectrum has your best interests at heart, there's nothing wrong with holding your vote and not voting for either one. I'm not here to tell you who to vote for or even like who I'm gonna vote for, even though I might let that slip or whatever, but if you're not voting in the primary or in the main election between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris, then at least vote in your local elections. You have the power. We, the people, have the power to change who represents us locally. And if we change who represents us on a local level, then obviously it's going to change how we get represented on a national level. Depending on whichever side of the political spectrum you're on. Everybody's saying this is every year. They're going to say this every year or every election. They're going to say it's the most important election of all time. It's the Super Bowl. It's American politics has devolved into sports at this point. It's not about what's best for the majority or what's best for, where they live. It's become my team versus your team. It's become my team needs to beat your team. And if my team doesn't beat your team, well, better luck next year or in the next 4 years. At least that's just how it feels to me. Neither side really wants to compromise or find a common ground on some of these issues because you have extreme views on both sides, right? Like just on the gun case, we have on the shout out MBMC. I don't be trying to get too political on here, but I feel like it's the election year, and now is the time more than ever to talk about politics. Because I mean, people act like you need a PhD or some kind of degree to talk about politics or something, and it's like, no, bro. Anybody could vote, right? So anybody has an opinion. You got, these tweets or whatever, or people on the internet are like, oh, there's no way these people's votes count as much as mine, or they should, or these people shouldn't be able to vote. But that's the thing about a democracy. And I mean, for anybody who's been in a public schooling system, maybe even a private school system, who's ever had an election, it pretty much devolves into a popularity contest. who who people like has just as much to do with people's policies or what they can do for you. And I mean, anybody who tells you, well, I don't vote, I vote based on policy, or what people, which is cool, but let's not act like it's not ever more than that. There's a reason we only got, is that me? Yeah. There's a reason why there's only two parties. And even though I may not, be as active in politics or in my local politics or anything like that, really be as informed as I should, I would encourage everyone to go out there and do your own research, get informed on bills that are happening uh, locally and nationally. Figure out what you want to vote for, not just who you want to vote for, but what you want to vote for. Uh, Especially now, over the last year, I feel like we see the same kind of propaganda every year. Like you got Republicans saying that Democrats are going to take all the guns away. Democrats just want schools to be safe. And I mean, the compromise to that has been to arm teachers, or an attempt to arm teachers. Can't pay for textbooks in new libraries in these poor schools, but we are going to give teachers new rifles and Glocks to defend their class. Like, you know how crazy that shit sounds to me, yo? It's crazy. Crazy as fuck. We saw the old phrase in my fault. I'm just trying to look for a lighter. I be losing my shit constantly. Hey, shout out. Let's go. Let's keep cooking. Let's keep cooking. We up 4 at the end of the first. Derek Lively out here, huge block. I mean, we tried to compromise on a border bill. We actually agreed, like both parties agreed on a border bill. Donald Trump said, nah. We can't solve the border crisis before I gotta run for president. Y'all are fucking tripping. Y'all talking bipartisan? Stop all that shit right now. And that's literal facts. Had a border bill drafted by a Republican, everybody set to vote on it. We was down for it. But apparently Trump got so much pull in the RNC or the Republican Party that made one call and axed it. I think everybody is in favor of, legal migration, but the process that it takes to become a citizen, it's a joke. Let's keep it a bean. Let's keep it a buck. If you haven't been through the process, then go look up the questions that it takes to be a citizen in the process. Just look up the quiz. Actually, don't even look up the process. Look up the quiz that it takes to be a U.S. citizen. Most citizens can't even pass it. Everybody always talk every year. Well, these immigrants are coming in here and they're hiking our crime rates, even though crime has been down. And they're stealing our jobs. I never understood how somebody could steal a job. They clock in for you, fam. Stealing your check, that shit getting mailed to them instead of you. I don't understand how you steal somebody's literal job unless you like a drug dealer or something and you take over somebody's corner by force. You feel me? That shit is crazy to me that that's even like an accepted viewpoint or an accepted like stance. But the fact that the companies who are actually firing the people or these employees are never held to the fire or saying, hey, why are you firing these people and cutting benefits and hiring these workers that work for less money and can't speak the native language? You know? No, I mean, I guess it wouldn't be. This is the native language now? English? My bench has really been cooking this whole second quarter. I don't think I've even taken them. No, for real, it takes years. Let me actually, it might be a little too loud. I might be yelling a little bit. Like, I got a homie who on DACA. He a dreamer. He just trying to stay in the country. So I just ask people, if you vote in wherever you at, wherever you live at, if there's like a pit bull ban, right? Or if there's a dog breed ban and you're heavily against it, you're like it's not the breed, it's the owner. I would really like people to take the same kind of stance for actual people living on the planet, not just pets and or animals. Not every migrant is a criminal. Yeah, if you voting on legalizing a dog, the fact that a dog could be legalized but a person could not be is, excuse me, it's just wild. But again, because this is why I don't try and talk politics, because it's just some shit that should just be obvious, I guess, due to bureaucratic nonsense and just purely propaganda bullshit. Shit is just harder than it has to be, I guess. Like, where can we get like I don't know? Can we get a reformation party? Because we just need massive reforms, in my opinion, across the board. Healthcare, education, all that. If we could somehow vote I mean, free healthcare. That's getting a little communistic and shit. We'll keep that on the back burner. But if we could just like make sure, I don't know, like the poor schools or the schools that don't test well get more money instead of the other way around. Or can we just somehow have like even funding across the board for public schools? I don't understand how. Well, if you test better, you get more money, you get more funding. When clearly the schools that need more funding aren't testing well and need it more. That bullshit out of here. No, no, no. Fuck out of here, son. You better come harder than that. No Diddy. Fuck you talking about? That okay, I could accept that. Most used. The most common. See, Dikembe, I sing your praises and then you do an illegal screen. What are you doing, Matumbo? I should have probably challenged. That didn't look illegal to me, but it's cool. It's cool. Okay. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like Tyrese Maxey has kind of single-handedly shot his team out of both of these games. And I'm gonna just keep letting him shoot because he'll just walk up and bust a three. Like, okay, that time it worked out for him, but the fact that he's their number one. All right. Gotta stop probably pulling up with AI here in a second. Oh, jeez. See, what I tell you? You don't even be sharing. Let's call a play real quick. Take this lead up to 6. Yep. Where Melo at? Splash that, cash that. Bang. Stay mellow, baby. Nah, I'm at least going. This might be the first election I actually voted. I don't be trying to. Like I said, I'm not the most well informed. I don't be trying to tell people what to do or who to vote for. Do I have? Am I heavily opinionated? Hell yeah. But what I think be common sense be like hot button issues to motherfuckers, and I just don't understand it. I mean, I do, but I don't. Like, I feel like whenever we ask for like gun control and shit like that, I'm gonna keep it a bean. Some of the logic with the gun control don't make sense to me. So like, we gonna make it harder for people to get guns, right? Gonna do background check. Yeah, can't even talk. We gonna do background checks and all that, which is cool. I'm all for that. We already have that in, most states. I gotta get a background check whenever I buy me a blick. But uh, see, the logic with some people that I just can't understand is like they think that just by banning guns, it's gonna get rid of guns. That's not it. And then somehow every election cycle, this rumor comes out that they gonna take guns. Look, I've been alive 28 years. I've been alive before the towers fell, son. That's crazy. But I ain't never seen the police. I mean, I seen the police do a lot of crazy shit. Don't get me wrong, but I ain't never seen the police march into somebody's house and just start taking their guns. Now they might march into your house and take your life for sure, no questions asked. But I ain't never seen them just start marching into people's houses like the Gestapo and taking all they shit. And at least, you know. And then we got Kamala, who actually used guns with Tim Walz. Tim Walz got a big old shotgun. And the NRA, this is where we at in America. The NRA, the National Rifle Association of America. Hold on, give me 1 second. Let me hold that. Yeah, I'm 28. Is that good? See now you in a corner. See now if you think I was older, now I look older. Nah, so we just be having me stressed. But nah, the NRA actually tried to call out Tim Walz for unloading a shotgun, right? Or unloading a shotgun wrong, right? This is why I love X, Twitter. I'ma still call it Twitter. But I love Twitter because they fact checked the fucking NRA and told him like, hey dog, like he's actually unloading a shotgun safely. Fact checking the NRA. You can't make this shit up, y'all. They trying to discredit somebody for the way they hold a gun, and he doing it the right way. Not even discredit somebody. They trying to discredit a presidential candidate and couldn't even do it right. Got exposed themselves. You know how fast I would have deleted that shit? I don't care if it do stay on the internet forever. That's embarrassing. Whoever ran the NRA Twitter, bro, you gotta get fired or something, bro. Okay, you know. Oh, please. Skirt. Mellow. It's okay. I didn't expect him. Yeah, but would you have guessed older or younger though? That's the reason why I keep this beard on me. I have to be trying to look older at least. And I be streaming at like 2 a.m. I know I be having the morning voice on and shit. I ain't even gonna lie. And I be smoking, my voice be raspy, so besides the point. Yeah, I ain't never in my 28 years I ain't never seen nobody get their gun taken from them. Like matter of fact, I got a little personal story. It's a little sad. Uh, my mom's best friend had like some kind of an allergic reaction or some shit, and she actually like passed away at a relatively like like young age, didn't even see like mid 30s type shit. And I remember going to her house or whatever the night that she passed. Uh, Police had already taken the body, or what the coroner. I just remember how like her husband was so cool and just always joking around type shit. Never really took shit serious, but I remember like just how fucking like devastated bro was, and like bro was a gun owner. Bro had shotguns and shit, and the police knew he had guns in the house and shit. They even asked him. It was like, "You got guns in here?" He was like, "Yeah." They wasn't gonna take bro's guns. They asked somebody like, "Hey, can you, do you have somebody that you can give those to or drop them off to?" Like, let's go. Cook these frauds. I ain't even called a timeout yet. I'm just saying, there's not been like I ain't never heard of somebody getting their guns taken away that probably didn't deserve that shit to get took. At least not by the police. And even on a lighter note, I actually have gotten my gun taken away by the police. But they ain't come in my house and do it. My ass was just in a wrong place, wrong time scenario. There was a shooting that happened where I was at, and when it popped off, I grabbed my shit, and I ain't have my concealed carry on me, but I wasn't gonna be lacking in this situation. So I had it on me when the police showed up, and I couldn't really like just dump the shit. Uh, but they ended up because I had like an extra clip in my brother's car, and that's who I was rolling with. And when they was like searching the crime scene or whatever, they was flashing the light in bro's car, and they was like, "Yeah, we found this in your whip. Like, where's the gun at?" I'm just like, "Bro, it's in my pocket," type shit. No, facts. I mean, that's what I'm saying though. But there's always that rhetoric of like, yeah, them the Democrats trying to take all our guns away type shit, and it's just like I don't know where that rumor comes from. Because even historically, it's been when guns do get taken away from people, it's usually from the far right when they take over. But that's just speaking historically. It has a tendency to repeat itself. History does, but we'll just give. I tend to try and give people the benefit of the doubt sometimes. But I don't know where that whole rhetoric in America comes from that Democrats is going to take away the guns or ban guns. I mean, have we banned guns before? Sure, we banned automatic weapons. We banned bump stocks. But we America, homie, we got fucking 3D printers. I know a motherfucker. You go down to Chicago right now, get you a switch for a glizzy right now. Somebody just 3D printed that shit. Go on Facebook Marketplace. Go to O Block. No, I'm just playing. It probably ain't got 3D printers up in O Block, but uh, yeah, we America. We will find a way. Y'all ain't never played Fallout? They had pipe guns, son. Let's go. Grady Dick. It's all Gucci. Oh no, Trump has said some wild shit about the justice system. And he kind of been saying it ever since the first kind of time. I'm gonna just keep it a beam with you. I'm not the biggest Trump guy. Now some people will be like he's the next Hitler. I feel like even Hitler, and this might be fucked up. Hitler might have been more likable than Donald Trump. I mean, maybe like I said, Hitler might have been he's an era merchant. He didn't have to deal with internet. If people knew some of the shit about Hitler that we know now and it got exposed in a political setting, now he might not have won shit, but came in the right place, the right time, fed on people's fears. I mean, there's some similarities for sure between the two. There are some, especially talking about weaponizing the justice system and locking up political opponents, which again, that whole lock her up thing, the whole our president isn't really from here and he's a Muslim. Uh, Saying that he'll lock up Joe Biden and Kamala. I mean, being a literal convicted felon. Felons can't vote in America, but somehow they can run for president if you have enough money or have fucked enough people over. Who does he have dirt on? I want to know. Was they doing dirty shit at Trump Towers? I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, put it past no politician. I think celebrities in general be on some freaky shit behind closed doors. When you give weird people money, it only you know uh, gives them the capital and the power to do weird shit, and now they got NDAs behind it. So yeah, definitely. But and to me, it's just another thing. It's just crazy that Trump don't like he don't like immigrants, but he married to one. Uh, Same thing with JD Vance too. JD Vance literally hate immigrants, or at least that's how it seemed in the debate. But you married to one, huh? No, and definitely the whole Trump keep repeating the enemy within, and I guess I didn't realize how much he had said it until I seen this Mick Foley video. Another thing, before I get too deep into this, the whole wrestling community getting involved in this election. I mean, maybe I haven't been paying attention. I know Vince has always been, or like Vince McMahon was always like a Republican and leaned that way. And I do remember like the Bill Clinton segments and like the presidential election segments in WWE, like on air. But I don't ever remember seeing wrestlers take political stances in real life like they have. Like you could literally you could have a Survivor Series match. You could have Undertaker, Kane, Hulk Hogan, Brock Lesnar, and Vince McMahon in one corner, and you could have CM Punk, Mick Foley, Dave Batista. First of all, Dave Batista versus Brock Lesnar would be a crazy. or they could even have a debate. But watching Brock Lesnar and Dave Batista debate would be absolute. I feel like that would escalate very quickly. Yeah, Donald Trump going on. Yo, if y'all would have told me before COVID hit that the Undertaker would have retired and became a podcaster and then have Donald Trump be on that podcast, dog, I would have probably never kicked it with you again because I would think you on some crazy ass drugs, honestly. But we are in 2024, and that's what's happening. I please, no. Oh, what a fake! What a phony! All right, let's wrap this up. Anthony Black going crazy. No. Told y'all this team a whole bunch of foul merchants. Maxi learned that shit from Embiid. Oh damn. How it gonna ask me? I can't even see the chat. Hold on. Yeah, no, I know who it is. Oh yeah, the whole bump stock thing. Yeah, they doing everything we can. Like I said, I was just about to bring that up too. I'm out here tweaking. I'm giving up free possessions. It's all good though. We still got 6 minutes. 6 minutes. 6 minutes. A&T. We on. On. Y'all youngins don't know about no Dougie Fresh. Y'all don't know, man. Ooh, party foul. I'll be alright though. Yeah. Oh, Pat. Isn't Patrick Ewing? I was disappointing. I ain't even going cap. That was supposed to be just an easy bucket. Okay. They are running right now. Yeah. I got to lock in. Nah, I hope it was a good thing that I'm 28 though. I hope I seem younger. I can be hip. I can what do the kids call it? I can be skibbity. I have Riz, I think. Is that what they call it? But no, like I said, it's gonna be the most. I'm not the biggest Trump fan at all, and the mental gymnastics it takes to support somebody like that, I can't even imagine, fam. You gotta overlook so much and defend a lot of bullshit. I just can't. Couldn't be me. And then same thing with Kamala. I'm cool. I'm with them trying to get health care for everybody. I'm not against that. I think her being multiracial is cool. I don't think somebody being as somebody who is multiracial, uh, how everybody doesn't seem to understand that can happen. Like you can be both. Yeah, I look Latino, but I don't speak Spanish. I know it's crazy. You should see some of the people that try to speak Spanish to me at my job and how disappointed they look. I know it's disappointing to me too. If I could learn another language, if I could sit down and learn it, probably could. But I'm better at fucking shit up. And what I mean by that is, I'd rather do a crash course and spend like a week. Like I ain't even gonna lie, I spent a couple years in a kitchen with a couple Mexican families. Hey, I could take a order and I could talk shit with the best of them. Okay, no, they took the lead and I didn't really. Okay, mellow. Let's go. Stay mellow. Oh no no no. Fuck out of here. Big game, James. We gotta lock in this 2 minutes. So I apologize if I lose my train of thought. Let's go. God damn you, Dikembe. Tie game. 2 minutes left. It's crunch time. Mello and AI just been kind of underperforming. I'm not gonna lie. Patrick Ewing, 6 points, brother. And I was about to say you just gonna let Joel Embiid rock you to sleep and then splash one in your eye. That's crazy work, but he ain't let that happen. Okay. Yep. Collapse. Mellow. Let's go. No easy buckets. Let's fucking go. Just throw it up. Fuck it. Mellow up there somewhere. Let's go. Hell. Oh, oh that's a tech. You can't just stare my guy down. It's a tech, ref. Tee his ass up. Alright, let's put this dagger in this bitch. Nail in the coffin type beat. Bang. Fuck is you talking about? Let's go. Where the wrap it up box at? Wrap it up. Tyrese gonna take a bad shot. Told you. It's over. It's over. Oh, okay. I don't see how he didn't lose the ball there. Take it. Let's get it. Team foul. At the line for two, Allen Iverson. 14 assists for my dog. He was out here. Melo finally had a good game. Came through in the clutch. Hell no. Skirt. Dave Bing. You know, hasn't contributed much. But he's there. For more support mainly, but he cool. He cool to have. That's cool. We're gonna let AI rack up these free throws. And Maxi can rack up in fouls. Just take this last time out. And we got one more game. Hell no. That was a terrible shot. Yeah. Yeah. Tell him you came with the fetty. Yes, sir. One more game. I'm pretty sure this is copyrighted music. I can't be having all that on there. They gonna flag my shit with the quickness. And I would have to do some research. I could be absolutely mistaken. This might be the only election. This is just a random fact. This might be the only election where both candidates have faced an assassination attempt before the election. I don't think that's happened in not in my lifetime that I could think of. It's been talked about. I remember when Obama was president, we was all looking around like, damn, I hope nothing happened to this motherfucker. Cause I mean, looking back on it, Mitt Romney chaining his fucking family dog onto the top of a car on the way home to a family vacation just kind of seems tame. And then you had guys like John McCain, who I mean, he had the misfortune of running against Obama. I don't think he was going to win regardless, but again, seems tame in comparison to what we are dealing with now. Bro was at least a war hero. And listen, I'm not the biggest military guy. I'm not. But the fact that John McCain was a prisoner of war, a literal prisoner of war, and survived, came back, became a senator, and was fighting for what he thought was right, and then to be disrespected in death by a draft dodger, by a draft dodging coward. Oh man, if I was John McCain's son, don't let me catch Trump in public talking about my pops like that, talking about my war hero pops like that, son. I think he really like. I think McCain only got a daughter, but don't. Mm-mm. And then when you got guys like Elon Musk supporting him, I feel like Elon is one of those guys you either really like or really hate. And I personally, I don't see what he's done. He was supposed to make X this great platform that was so much better, and that was his whole purpose of buying, because he could do such a better job. In translation, what he really meant is he could do a much better job at manipulating the social media, which he's done that. Oh, that was good defense. That was a good switch. Y'all, yeah, let's get the brooms out, y'all. Fade out. Oh man, I just thought I could thread the needle. That's how you pronounce it? Dan Marley? Okay. Okay. Just back him down. Ah, ah. Okay. They playing some stout defense, y'all. And they up 7-0 to start the game. Let's go. Carmelo, a walking bucket. Said, no, sir. Go ahead and hit that switch. No, sir. Yeah, for either side saying don't have celebrities influence your vote. I mean, that's true. God damn, these motherfuckers is playing defense. Get that weak shit out of here. Oh, Embiid with the double pump. Very nice. Very nice. Oh, come on, come on, come on. Hit that fader. Hit that fader. Okay. We gonna have to. Yeah. My starters ain't come to play today or something. I don't know. Oh. And I can't shoot. That's me too. Just taking bad shots and they giving us free buckets. They reaching now. I had a wide open three too. Alright. Oh, and I missed a fucking layup. Please, Grady Dick. Very early. Please get out the paint. Thank you. Bruh. We are not cooking right now. Yikes. My bench has as many points as the starters right now. That is not a good look. Not a good look at all. If you don't get back on motherfucking defense, what are you doing, Grady Dick? It's a rookie mistake. Let's go. Fucking go. Oh no. Yeah, ball don't lie. ball don't fucking lie, kid. Let's go. Melo, make that cut. There we go. Let's go. Great fucking steal. Let's go. If you don't get the fuck over. Oh my god. I don't know what the. Let's go. AI. It's comeback season. What I tell y'all, we not. Okay, maybe not Malcolm Brogdon. Bringing him right back up, but it's cool. Mutombo, you 7'4", bro, and soft as hell. Let's go, Melo. Cut that shit back down. Let's go. Fuck it. We got 10 seconds to call this. The clock ticking down. Melo brings it down to 4. I'll fucking take it. Come on, y'all. It's the potential last game of the season. Potentially. We not trying to pack our bags and go back to OKC. We trying to finish it out. We trying to finish strong. Started out kind of slow. Yeah, my fault if I got off on a little. You know me, I be randomly ranting. Hence the name of the show. But again, I encourage y'all to at least vote in your local elections. Seems like both political parties are kind of dead set on locking in with Israel. And despite the attempts to be a ceasefire, it's pretty much been accepted. I would say, at least I've accepted that, like, that Netanyahu dude, he don't want peace. He want the Palestinians gone, no longer around. And America's supporting them. We funneling money into them. Us and Britain have been giving us, Britain and Germany. been we've been funding that modern day colonization of Gaza for a minute now, and doesn't seem like it's gonna stop no time soon. But free Palestine for sure. And despite that, I think, and I don't know if I've said this on stream, I probably have, but despite both parties actually, probably, like the average voter probably tends to agree that we shouldn't have anything to do with Israel and we should just stay out of that conflict entirely. And politicians have so much money tied up in there that they probably will never let us do some shit like that. The security of Israel is the security of their pensions and bank accounts and to their retirement on the Gaza Strip. Okay. AI starting to cook. Him and Mello, 15. And we taking the lead. Let's go. Told you, Maxi taking bad shots. Maxi will shoot them out this game. Cross up. Cross up. Midi. Oh, it's cool. Put that back up. Oh, sir. Hey, I'm trying. We got a mismatch. I don't know what the fuck Mello was doing, but there we go. Let's go. Take an early tee. And get right back out there. Okay. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, it's on. It's on. But before I go, I would also something also that's been before I stop talking about politics entirely, or at least the election. I think it's funny how now everybody all of a sudden cares about what the fuck a vice president actually does. Right? I still don't officially know what they do. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Whole bean stock. Whole whole bean, no stock. My fault. Got him. What a block. That weak shit out of here. Cut. Can't guard you. Look at that. He's on fire. I can't remember anybody asking what a vice president does or what a vice president should do. Y'all remember when the vice president of the United States, Dick Cheney, shot his homie in the face on a camping trip? Now there was some ha-has and hee-hees about it. I don't ever remember somebody asking him, well, how many interviews has he done? I don't remember him ever doing interviews. He's not media trained. This motherfucker wasn't even gun trained and he was going hunting. I don't ever remember somebody giving uh Joe Biden, a mic or interviewing him while he was vice president, while Obama was. No, because Obama was the president. Now all of a sudden, the people that voted for a guy who had no history in politics and they voted on him based on that. Well, he's just not a lifelong politician. Well, now because Kamala is sorry, excuse me, because Kamala is not a lifelong politician, now it's a fucking problem. I don't understand. I can't I don't get it. Somebody please explain how that works. I thought that was a good thing. And this is what I'll be talking about. You can't win sometimes. Cause like she was a former, what was it? She's actually worked in all three branches of government: legislative, judicial, and Jesus Christ, I literally just had it. Executive. Didn't even need the Googles. Aha! Whoa, whoa, whoa. MBMC, we giving money. You don't think we giving money to Israel? I got some bad news for you. We giving money to both. The crazy thing is we actually told when Ukraine invaded Russia, we told them, hey, y'all cannot go any deeper into Russia. Like, otherwise, like that could be considered offensive, and we ain't trying to get into no geopolitical shit. Well, just a couple fucking weeks ago, Israel was out here sending missile strikes on Russian fucking targets in Russia, taking offensive maneuvers. And guess who didn't say anything about it? Nobody. Nobody said a fucking word. We playing both sides of the fence on both parts of the map, and we don't think no repercussions come with that. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. And for one, I mean, I stand with both. To be, I mean, let me be clear. I stand with Palestine and Ukraine. Let's not forget, Russia and Putin wanted to invade Ukraine first because Putin thought, believes in his mind and in his heart of hearts that Ukraine is Russian territory. That them even though they are their own sovereign nation now, in reality, like they should never have been, and they should have never given up. And that's one piece, when he takes them, who's to say, oh well, Alaska used to be Russia, so that should be Russian territory too. Where does it stop? Where does it end? So I completely agree with, arming Ukraine, and people are like, well, Ukraine is racist. Yeah, so is a lot of parts of that world. Like a lot of parts of Europe are racist, and don't really take too kindly to migrants or minorities. Like that goes everywhere. We see a lot of that actually here now. But it's a different story from somebody getting invaded and them being a refugee from their own, getting driven out of their own homes, than them taking the offensive and then doing the exact same thing. Like, in my opinion, if we left Israel the fuck alone and just left them to fight all of the Israeli motherfuckers that they've been fucking over for the last 50 years plus, yeah, I don't think Israel would last very long. I'm just keeping it a whole being. Because mainly the reason why they've been able to get away with it, there's been a lot of casualties on the Palestinian side for decades, is due to the fact that they have backing from superior countries like America and uh, Britain. But again, I literally just saw that comment. I don't know why it's saying I ain't live on YouTube. Oh, it's because I'm in the studio. I ain't on the thing. I was like, damn, this whole fucking. Hey, shout out, Chill Boo too. But she definitely, you gotta chill, boo. Talking about I'm nervous. That's my secret. I'm always nervous. I got ADHD. Fuck. But we about to finish up with this sweep. We got a half left. And I was talking earlier, I guess yesterday, technically, about this whole little Durk trial. Damn, they still riding these unicycles. It's been okay. Nah, hell no. Trash. Boo. Hmm. Trash ass motherfucker. Yeah, I kind of left it off. The last of the drill rappers is from the early days, at least. I mean, Chief Keef left the city. He been probably the smartest one. Stayed the fuck out the way. Did music. Retired. He living in a big ass mansion. He fucking my age. Got a house like he got like he's a kid type shit. He be riding go karts and shit in his house. You ain't hear about Chief Keef sending no cross state hit and doing all this and that. But there apparently was rumors that somebody was wearing a wire in Lil Durk's camp, and that's how he got caught up. Apparently, that rumor is false. Uh, like somebody was wearing a wire, but it was for somebody else ratting on somebody else in O Block. It's a whole mess over there right now. But what is apparent is that Lil Durk really did try and catch a flight out of the country before he got jammed up. He was trying to book a flight to Switzerland and got jammed up before he could get on his flight. I tried to thread that needle just a little bit. Oh, great defense. Yeah, get the fuck out of here, foul merchant. And he stole the ball anyway. I'm crying. Damn, Allen Iverson's still tired as fuck. Let's go. I mean, and I can understand why Dave Bing is still healthy. This motherfucker ain't did shit all game. It's not who I wanted, but Derek Lively. Put it in the fucking bucket. Yeah, Lil Durk out here trying to book flights out the country. It's a little too late for that, buddy. Bro was really out here. I mean, these motherfuckers with money really be out here like super villains. Lil Durk is out here calling shots from out of state, getting people killed. Apparently, Lil Pob, uh, the murder that he's booked for, Lil Pob, had nothing. He wasn't there. He wasn't even there. He wasn't in the city at all. Wasn't in California, but apparently 3 members of O Block have been arrested. Oh, let's go. Let's go, Pat. Now, what's crazy to me is this potential. Oh, I mean, oh, that was good defense. It's potentially the last game. They down like 9 points and they still not calling timeouts. Oh, please get the fucking rebound. Thank you. Hey, Dave Bing, the emotional support too. Put us up by 10. Get out here. It was like I said, actually, before, if I could backtrack for a minute, I know we're not the most perfect country in the world, but you know, I wouldn't want to be born nowhere else. I fuck with America. Just want to see, you know, people in America, just like any other country, just want to fucking live, man. And they want to live comfortably. Some want to live excessively. Some actually choose to be homeless and live that kind of lifestyle. That's, I mean, a whole different topic for another day, but to think that gamers or athletes or anybody shouldn't have a voice in politics when everybody that is an American citizen, or if you ask certain people, even if you're not an American citizen, even if you're, you know, you know, been dead for 30 years, you can still vote, depending on who you ask. But either way, we all got voices. And me, I may lean just a little bit to the left, you know. I may just be a little bit on the progressive side, but again, I'd rather see change and be like, nah, this change don't work, and we can always go back to the change, or go back from how it was before, because everything is made up anyway, except history. Can't change history. You can make a mistake, but if you don't correct it, then it'll show in the history. But back to the whole little Durk thing, bro legitimately is one of the biggest rappers in the world. He, if I look him up on Spotify, he'll probably be top 10. I'm not the biggest Durk fan, but as a fan of that OG Chicago drill movement, like I said it in the last stream, Chief Keef and them was coming up when they was 16. I was 16. I came up same time when I was in junior high and shit like that. Or not junior high, but high school. And when I was in like sophomore year, junior year, high school. And even then, I wasn't a fan at the time, but after learning about some of the historicity of what was actually going on in Chicago and some of the music that was actually telling the stories behind some of these literal wars we have. See, that's the thing. Man, I'm gonna try and tie this all together, but this is gonna be controversial. But look, I'm gonna keep it a bean. We send our war heroes out to fight every day, our military and shit like that, to go fight foreign wars and shit like that, go fight in conflicts that sometimes have nothing to do with us, but it secures some people's best interests. But we literally have wars that are going on in America that might be religiously charged, but it's not like they're not going on, if that makes sense. You have gang wars that have been going on and been escalating in cycles of violence similar to any other conflict in history, and it's downplayed. It's downplayed as gang violence, it's downplayed as gun violence. But more people in Chicago were gunned down than this is maybe I'm just making statistics up. But there's been more people killed in Chicago from 2012 to 2022 in 10 years than American soldiers were then American soldiers were killed in Iraq. That's American lives. People can say, "Oh, they're gang members," but like they're literally raised in an environment. It's not like they woke up one day and wanted to be that. It's usually a revenge cycle of like, y'all killed my big brother, or this and that. People don't. It's not a mass murder, mass shooting incident where somebody just, snaps one day. It's literally people living in poverty, and this is do some people make it out? But yes, but when you look at the statistics of it, it's ridiculous. And it's like, well, and everybody acts like, oh, like we should. Well, so what should we do if we just give these gang members handouts or whatever, or make it, make crime legal? No, like everybody tries to. Like there are other opportunities out there, but they either don't have the means to change their environment, they don't have the support system to change their environment, so they're trapped in an environment where if you even go to work, if you live on the same block, if you live on the wrong block, and then you cross over into another street, then you have the possibility of getting killed just because of who you hang out with. And it's not like they're getting younger and younger. Motherfuckers is beefing with motherfuckers in middle school type shit, carrying guns in middle school. Like, I wouldn't necessarily like. Is there maybe a gun problem? Sure, but there's underlying problems with just the main gun problem. It's not just something that can be solved by, oh, like, we need to get certain people mental health. We need to get certain people resources and, stable environments to where they're not being, you know, forced into situations like that. Because at the end of the day, it is kind of a situation, like they're being forced into it. It's easy to, and I'll say this, I've said this before multiple times. It's easy to not pay attention to something when you aren't the one getting, maybe a national song or a song that has, let's say 100,000 views on YouTube, and it's talking about your dead brother or your dead cousin and shit. And that's going on today. Like with or without Lil Durk being locked up, and sure, he's a criminal mastermind, allegedly in Chicago and shit like that, but it is literally cutting the head off a snake and then two, three more grow, because that's not gonna stop the violence in Chicago. Might tone it down just a little bit. O Block might not have as much funding anymore or whatever. There's always gonna be another rapper who spring up, get some talent, put his boys on, and then either get locked up or killed behind really being about that street shit. Because a lot of the times these guys do be rich. It's still doing dumb shit like committing murders because they can't get away from that life, which I can't defend that if we're keeping it a bean. If you're making millions of dollars and you're still putting your freedom and your life at risk, and you don't even, it may not even be millions of dollars. It could be something as little as having a family, and you realize that this shit ain't worth it anymore. Could change somebody's whole perspective. But most of these kids are getting killed before they even have a chance to have any of that, to have a family and realize that all this shit is bullshit. Like I said, they carrying guns and beefing with motherfuckers in middle school. You could be a middle schooler beefing with somebody who's 20 years old. And Chicago is just a main point, because everybody like to bring up how they have strict gun laws in Chicago and the murder per capita, but you're talking about generations, not just of uh, African American gang violence, but back in the 1920s when Al Capone was literally murdering anybody who was going against the family. Like it's a culture out there in Chicago, and then you have others. But it's dangerous everywhere you go nowadays. You go in any of the 50 states, you go in any nation, there's parts where you don't want to go. Now, some places are a little easier to spot than others, but usually, and I be telling motherfuckers this, I'm from Colorado. We not the most hood. Like, if you want to see some ghetto shit though, hey, cruise down Colfax. Cruise down Colfax for a little while after 10 o'clock. I guarantee, hey, if you from the hood, you feel like home. Or if you like that hood shit, you'll feel like home. Because I guarantee you're going to see something wild. It may not be as wild as other spots, but to act like wild shit don't go down everywhere or anything could kind of, I live by the motto, anything can happen at any time. Especially in this era. We done seen a literal coup attempt in this lifetime on our government. And anybody who says it ain't or wasn't, or that it was a false flag or it was Antifa paid actors and all that shit, well, tell that to the motherfuckers who went to jail, first of all. Second of all, when you got motherfuckers on camera screaming, hang Mike Pence and assaulting police officers and shit, and then that's before they even get into the Capitol building and threaten people's lives and people die and shit. I don't know how I got back on the whole on that, but yeah, that's again. That, I don't try and get political. I was trying to talk more about the little Durk shit, but even then, motherfuckers gonna say just like Diddy, he's a political prisoner, and they're trying to set him up, and he never did. Stop. Motherfucker was literally rapping about all the shit he was doing, and motherfuckers was gassing that shit up, still telling him to slide for Vaughn. And now look, now motherfuckers, he did the shit, and now people is like, wow, he's a crash dummy for real. He let a whole bunch of young boy fans troll him into losing his freedom. But again, like that shit, in a kind of a sick way, that is true. But when you look at the track record of Chicago artists, especially on what he was on, it is a matter of time. He was really kind of lucky to make it that far. The reason why he really didn't pop off sooner with Keith and Reese and all them in the beginning was because he was locked up for for a gun charge. And they still this is the crazy part. They didn't even really like fuck with Chief Keef like that. Chief Keef was more friends with Fredo and them. He wasn't really cool with Durk. And they still mad to this day that Chief Keef didn't bail him out when he was in the middle of a gun charge and Keef was in the middle of his rise and all that. Keith ain't know you like that. Now maybe if it was Fredo or somebody, it would have been different. But to my knowledge and everything, and I don't know them personally, so I like just going based off of what has been said, kind of just been put out there. But Dirk ain't really like Keith didn't really fuck with Dirk and them like that. He was more cool with Reese and Fredo, and he was more cool with the Front Street guys, like because his uncle was from Front Street. But when Dirk finally blew up and all of that happened, and it's just been even when Dirk was on top, it just seemed like he couldn't catch a fucking break. Like bro has been even when he was free, his life was kind of riddled with, like I said, he got into a shootout with his girl in his house. Uh, not like he wasn't, yeah, he got into a shootout with against others with his girl, not against his girl, but him and his girl was on some Mr. and Mrs. Smith type shit. Somebody tried to break into their crib, but I mean, his older brother dies at a club in Chicago, and it's like, dog, you're a national rapper and his brother is his manager. You're the manager of one of the biggest rap artists. You got beef with motherfuckers in Chicago. Why are you still hanging out in local clubs in Chicago where you got street beef? What do you got to prove to motherfuckers? Hey, shout out Chill Boo for the follow. I did not see that at first. I appreciate it. Yeah, we wrap this shit up. Got Mello a ring. Got you in a ring. Got Dikembe. Got all these dudes rings. None of them had rings before this. And AI probably the player of the game. Probably finals MVP. We're not gonna get this last playoff. I don't want to. Okay. Oh, okay. AI said, fuck it. I'll take it. I tried to get it to him. They said, nah, we want you to take it, boss man. Anything is possible. Yep. Get your fraud ass out of here. Yep. Get out of here, Four Eyes. Yes, sir. Duncan Robinson and Evan Fournier didn't play a single minute in the finals. But you know what? Thank y'all. That was same thing with Alex Caruso. Didn't play a single minute. Yes, sir. Yeah, come on, Melo. It's yours too. This yours too, Melo. Who the finals MVP? Yes, sir. The dog. Hey, motherfucking I. And that's it's all good. Got a clean goddamn 9 for 24. Yikes. Not the most efficient game. He was kind of like that all season. But we cool. 5 for 11. Melo was just a little more efficient, but it's cool. We took that shit. We the champions. Allen Iverson averaging 30 points, 16 assists. It's actually probably like really close to his real his real stat line in real life. Actually, let me actually look that up. That is actually wild. Let's look at these splits. Okay, yeah, but he's a 31% free throw or 3-point shooter, a 78% free throw shooter. Where the fuck is his field goal? And he's a 42 and a half field goal shooter. Yeah, I don't ever want to hear motherfuckers say, yeah, I would have, these older guys would average such and such and this amount. I mean, granted, he's on a fucking all-star team with Carmelo, but it's not really to say these guys would have been that much better with all this spacing. Because again, you're on a better team. It's probably gonna average out to what you would have gotten anyway. But maybe I could be wrong. Maybe I just didn't spam AI enough. But either way, y'all, we the champs. We done got Mellow AI and all them a ring. We got Braun his fifth. We had very successful seasons with the Lakers and the Celtics. Oh shit. God damn it. I need to go back. Actually, I could see the final. He had 36. Yeah, Tyrese Max. You want to talk about inefficient? Let's look at Maxi through the whole series. 16 of 26, 13 of 33, 13 of 37, 8 of 20. Yeah, but and he's the top scorer. He's the top name on all of them. You want to talk about why they lost, bruh? Putting the ball in his hands. Look at that. He's shooting at least 51%. That game 4, 36. He hit less points but was more efficient. Again, less points, kind of, well, yeah, way more efficient. And actually had the same amount of points. 32 on 13 to 37. Yeah, AI, goddamn. I can't defend you on that game. If Melo probably has another game 4 and AI has another game 3 or whatever, or yeah, they repeat both. Melo might have been MVP, but nah. Well, I also got two other ones, as y'all could probably see. Just cooking up on the sly. But since I finished these, I'm gonna hop more on Madden, lean more on Madden, and I'll get back on Ghost of Tsushima next week. I know I've been neglecting that. I've been playing Sparking Zero and getting my ass beat. I'm still trying to get better at that game, no cap. But yeah, thank y'all for tuning in. Shout out MBMC, shout out Chill Boo. Appreciate y'all and y'all's viewership and y'all's activity in the chat. But y'all be safe. Y'all have a good night. See y'all real soon. 4 a.m. Goddamn. It's a good little stream. We the motherfucking champs. If you don't follow me on YouTube, follow me on YouTube. Ant's Point of View. If you follow me on YouTube, but you don't follow me on Twitch, follow me on Twitch. ANT_GGE. I be trying to tweet out every time I stream. I didn't do that shit tonight, but go follow me on Twitter. I be retweeting funny shit all the time. I don't really be tweeting. I'll retweet my thoughts sometimes, comments, but yeah, go follow me. ANT_303. It's me. It's me. ANT. Repping the GGE, y'all. Have a good night, morning, whatever this is, y'all. I'm out.